Well, in his interview with the GBI, Macon police officer Clayton Sutton describes the final moments of Sammie Davis Jr.'s life and describes how he handcuffed Davis after he shot him.
41 NBC obtained video footage and Sutton's interviews where the officer gave one of the only eyewitness accounts of that December shooting. Macon police officer Clayton Sutton sat down for two interviews, one with Internal Affairs on December 21st, the day he shot Sammie Davis Jr. in front of Kroger. Here's what he said when investigators walked out of that interview.
I'm not happy about having to kill him, but I'm not going to put my life in jeopardy.
The second one took place at a later date with a GBI agent. In both interviews, Sutton said he shot Davis 3 times after Davis lunged at him. Here's what he said happened next.
Kind of stopped, got my composure, drew back down on him. He was walking towards me still. He was walking towards me and he was kind of looking down at himself. I was able to tell him just to sit down on the curb, sit down on the curb. He finally sat down.
Sutton says then he called for backup, an ambulance, and an officer from Internal Affairs. In video footage from a car of one of the first officers on the scene, you can see Sutton telling the officer to back off. Sutton says when his sergeant arrived on the scene shortly after, he made his next move.
I was able to talk him into laying flat down on the ground with his hands out. I was then able to walk up, place the handcuffs on him. Sergeant Draper told me to back off after that.
Sutton didn't turn his car camera on until after the shooting, but he told investigators multiple times he was scared of Davis during the encounter.
Why did you use that degree of force?
I thought the guy was trying to kill me. He said nothing.
Sutton also told investigators that Davis was argumentative, but he wasn't, quote, any less capable of thought than anyone else. Again, in both interviews, Sutton gives nearly identical accounts of the December shooting.